The mission began under challenging conditions. A recent storm had damaged the high fence of a local enclosure, allowing 4 does to escape into the surrounding terrain. I launched the drone during the heat of the day to establish a baseline, hoping to calibrate my thermal isotherm ranges using the deer that were still safely inside the fence. The midday sun presented an immediate obstacle: thermal washout. Much of the ground and ambient vegetation had absorbed enough solar heat to match the body temperature of the deer perfectly, rendering them nearly invisible against the hot terrain. However, I noticed a crucial detail. The deer standing in the deep shade stood out beautifully against the cooler ground. After adjusting isotherm ranges specifically for those cooler shaded areas, I conducted another sweep of the perimeter shaded pockets where the missing does might be bedding down to escape the heat. Unfortunately, the heavy cover kept them hidden, and the daytime search yielded no sign of the escapees. As you can see with this doe still in the fence, the concept works for spotting the missing deer in the shade. I returned to the site just as the sun dipped below the horizon. As the ambient and ground temperatures rapidly decreased, the thermal contrast flipped in our favor. The terrain cooled down, but the deer retained their body heat, turning them into bright, unmistakable beacons on my monitor. The difference was night and day. Within just 2 minutes of launching at dusk, I spotted the first missing doe out in an open field. I radioed the clients, who quickly deployed on an ATV to see if they could get close enough to administer a tranquilizer dart. However, the thick, tall vegetation in the field blocked their line of sight, making a clear shot impossible from the ground. To assist, I lowered the drone's altitude, using the gentle hum of the aircraft to pressure and guide the doe toward the waiting team. During the maneuver, I briefly lost visual contact as she darted into denser cover, but by utilizing an orbiting flight pattern, circling the canopy to look around the trees rather than just through them, I quickly regained my lock. The tactical positioning paid off. The client lined up a clean shot and successfully placed a dart. The doe bolted into the brush shortly after. While tracking the darted doe's trajectory through the dense foliage, I circled back to the field where she was innately located to see if she circled back. But instead of find her, I found the 3 other missing does. I was able to immediately relay the good news to the client that the rest of the herd was alive, well, and accounted for in the immediate area. With darkness fully setting in and the location of all 4 deer successfully mapped, we decided to call it a night. The client now had the exact coordinates and actionable intelligence needed to systematically come back out, tranquilize the remaining does, and safely return them to the pen.